Good morning. Welcome. All right. So, to begin today, just this little intention, this reflection, something to hold on to make our practice, to help our practice along and to take it out into the world with us. So, we're going to keep in mind this nugget from yoga in that where you place your attention determines whether or not you have peace. Where you place your attention determines whether or not you have peace. So there's a teaching in the Yoga Sutras 1.33 where the great sage Patanjali tells us, he gives us some hints about where we place our attention and where we might not want to place our attention. And once we place our attention, what do we do with that? How do we turn that into action? Or do we simply not act? So we'll unfurl that teaching as we go along today, but we're just going to start with this nugget, this piece of gold, that where you place your attention determines whether or not you experience peace or not. Okay? All right. So from here, let's just stretch those legs out straight and make sure there's flesh moved out from under the sit bones so that your seat feels rooted and comfortable. And you can have height under your seat. You can have a blanket, you can have a pillow, you can have a nice thick rolled towel. Those will all work, right? So then we're going to start with this delightful little practice that's going to help us ground. So again, an alert that this may not be our most favorite thing of all, but it's very helpful. All right, tall spine, a little tone in the tummy wall, pubic bone to belly button. Arms are relaxed. In fact, let's have palms up so we make sure that the arms are not trying to help us. And then we're going to float the left leg up. I'm going to try to mirror you guys. There's softness in the knee. I'm not bending my knee, but it's soft. And my foot is limp and relaxed. I'm toning in my tummy wall. And I'm working to place my attention on the breath instead of the inevitable discomfort here. So I've seen very strong people kind of struggle with this. The idea is not to struggle, it's just to know that it's difficult, it's uncomfortable, but we do it and we place the attention on the breath. Heat in the tummy. Relaxed leg, believe it or not, even though you're feeling some tension there. 2 more breaths. Keep the ribs moving forward. Okay, last inhale. And then exhale, just drop the leg. Just drop it down. And then watch the energetic reverberation through the leg. Just feel that. Just relax the leg completely. You might notice warmth, right? And you might notice a sense of tension leaving the leg. All right. Do the other leg now. All right. With an exhale, float that leg up. Again, knee is soft. You're not using the muscles in the thigh that much. Ankle, foot, toes relaxed. Tummy is tightening, tightening, tightening. And the tension is focused on making the breath smooth and long. Okay. Just a few more seconds. Okay, last inhale and exhale. Drop it down and let that tension move out of the body. Right. From here, we'll bend the knees, soles of the feet together, and maybe some help if the hips are tight. So maybe some blocks underneath, some pillows, some towels, so that there's no tension in the inner groin. All right. And then from there, just wiggling a moment just to double check, is there looseness through the hip creases, down the inner legs? And then once we have that, we can take hold of the shins and we're going to butterfly a little. So we're starting our practice off by doing a little Pavanmuktasana or joint freeing. So these gentle little butterflies, right? Nothing big, nothing crazy, just a little bit of bounciness here. And still, though, letting the breath smooth out, elongate. Just enjoying breathing while you do this. You don't have to do it to the rhythm of the breath, or this doesn't have to keep rhythm with breath, and breath doesn't have to keep rhythm with this. Right. And then relax that. Let that go. Take the hands, hug it in. Good snug, snug, snug wrap, either around your shins or around your thighs if that's more comfortable. And then we're going to gently bow the head and let the back of your body stretch out. And that includes the back of your neck, space between the shoulder blades, maybe even the low back. And so if you pull the tummy wall in a little and maybe even contract or lift your pelvic floor a little, do that on the exhale, get a little bit more stretch in the low back. When you inhale, you can let it release, but as you exhale again, it's that little extra stretch. All right. Inhaling, lift the gaze, just recross the legs, but go to your less familiar crossing of the legs. So if your left shin is on front or on top all the time, switch and make it the right. All right. And then just this one last little bit here from seated, we're going to hum a little. We're just going to do that on the exhale in a long, letting that release tension in the upper body. All right, inhale. So nothing formal, just making that noise, releasing tension. Again, inhale. So I like to think of this like a bumblebee making the sound of Om. We'll do that once more. Inhale. And relax. Makes your throat a little tickly. All right, up to standing. And top of the mat, we're going to heat the body a little bit. All right, inhaling, sweeping the arms out and up, fingertips then palms together. Exhaling, diving into the thighs, tummy thighs, right? Soft hip creases, knees soft, a little chin to throat. Inhaling, arms back up, rising up, fingertips then palms. Exhaling, arms down. Inhaling, sweeping up. Exhaling, diving into the legs, chin to throat. Inhaling, sweeping back up. And exhaling, arms down. Let's do that once more. Inhaling. Exhaling. And inhaling. All right. And then we're going to continue on with the joint freeing a little bit from standing. So we're going to set our feet wide, a bit wider than hip distance. All right. And then On an exhale, we're going to push one arm to the opposite side, flexing the wrist, and that knee can bend a little. We can be rounded. We want to feel the back stretch and the space around the shoulder blade stretch. Good. And then inhaling back to center. Exhaling, opposite side. Feeling a good stretch there. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. All right, we're going to get a little fancier there. So maybe just slightly narrower now with the feet, keeping them parallel. And then on the exhale, now we're going to push off to the side, pull the tummy wall in, and I'm going to come up on to the toe tips there. And then inhale, draw back to center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then a little fancier still as we work the ankle joints. So exhale. And now see if you can pick up the foot and circle the ankle in. Circle the ankle out. And then inhale, back to center. Exhale, tippy toes, lift, and see about those little circles with the ankle joint, wiggling out the toes. So we get right in with a little bit of balance. And then inhale, coming right back to center. Let's do that once more. Exhale, you can balance, and then circle. Keep stretching the back. And then inhale, back. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, the arms down. All right. Heel toe the feet back together. Right. And then soft little movement in and out of Utkatasana as we warm up the knees and the shoulders a little more. So, inhaling, a soft bend in the knees. We're going to raise the arms a little different way to come in. We're going to take the backs of the palms together. Keep drawing the upper arms near the ears. Exhale, release out. Okay. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Now be pulling the tummy wall in here as you work. And let's do one more. Good. And then relax the body. Soften the joints. Soften the feet. Okay. And then relax the eyes open. Right. Feet are still hip socket distance apart. A little pubic bone to belly button. Tail is rooting downward. A little firmness in the glutes. And then inhale. Sweep the arms out and up. Clasp the fingers together. Index fingers up temple. That feeling like you're drawing the upper arm bones apart. Elbows can always be soft if we feel a lot of shrug of the shoulder tops up to the neck. All right. Now, with an exhale, a nice little tip to the left as you nudge the right hip right, and those ribs are rotating to face forward. Anchor down into the feet. Good. You can use the left hand, give the right hand just a little tug, but we don't want to feel the upper arm bone on the right pulling out of the shoulder socket. We're actually resting that into the socket. All right. Inhale. Good core tone, rising back up. Exhaling, arms down. Inhaling, sweeping up the opposite thread of the fingers, so opposite thumb to the outside, index fingers up, and again, upper arm bone separating pubic bone to belly button. Exhaling, tipping off to the right now. That nudge of the left hip, draw the upper arm bones back, but tone the tummy wall while you're doing that. Again, you can use the right hand, give a gentle tug on the left hand, but as you do that, an opposite and equal action to settle the left upper arm bone into the shoulder socket. Inhaling, back up to center. Exhaling the arms down. Relax. And then let's wiggle the inner feet comfortably close, whatever that is for you, and some space for the ankle joints, pubic bone to belly button. All right. This time, we'll take the hands in front of us, but then we're going to cross wrist over wrist. So I had palms together. I turned my palms inward as I cross the wrist. So I have this wrist cross here. And then inhaling, draw the upper arms up. And again, there's that feeling of pulling your upper arm bones away from each other a little bit. It's a little different stretch in the shoulders. Okay, exhaling, a tip to the left. I can still use my left hand to give a little tug to the right hand, but listen to what's happening in your shoulder, please. Keep rotating the ribs upward, but do not form a back bend in your low back. So tail still roots down. All right, inhale, rise back up. Exhale, unwind that and release the arms. So little different sensation there going through the upper arms, the armpits, and the shoulder sockets. Really, really nice for the lymph in the underarm area. All right. So we're going to do that again. And so now the opposite wrist is going to go on top. And if you're not sure, just do that automatically. See what went on top, and then do it again with the opposite wrist on top. All right. We'll inhale the arms up next to the ears, upper arm bones apart. Exhale, tipping to the right. That nudge of the left hip, rotation of the ribs, right hand with the draw on the left hand. Breathing. Tummy tone. Legs are alive, pressing down from the navel into the heels, into the toe mounds. And inhaling, back up. Exhaling, releasing the arms down. Just that moment to put attention here. So if the body is feeling light and pleasant, that's all the more reason to put your attention there. Right there, friendliness towards the happy. This is one of Patanjali's teachings in cultivating where we put attention. Friendliness to the happy. Let's be friendly to the happy body, the pleasant body. Right. Top of your mat. And then let's warm the body a little bit more. Inhaling, arms out and up, fingertips and palms together. Let's reach up, index fingers, lengthen the side body. And then exhale, fold into the thighs, chin to throat. Okay. Inhaling, we'll step our right foot back into a lunge. Now, we're light on those fingertips, feet are pressing apart. It's a nice, strong little lunge, right? You can lift your fingers up if you wanted to. All right. Heart reaches forward. And then exhale, plant the palms, all the fingers together in each hand, stepping back, downward facing dog. All four edges of your palms are pressing into the mat. They're pressing not just down, but forward, and the feet are pressing back. Little down dog. And you can take that dog out for a walk. So if you don't have a dog to go walking these days, right, we might feel a little cooped up, right? The dog forces you out. So you take your own little doggy within your body for a walk here. Be wiggly and jiggly and happy. The shoulders can move here. The neck can move. Good. And then on an exhale, we're going to round and let the knees hover above the mat, not too far, 2, 3, maybe 4 inches. Pull the side waists up. The head can release. And then on the next out breath, lightly place the knees, uncurl the toes. Let's inhale, lift the tail, reach the chest, open the collarbones. Exhale, round into the full cat stretch, side waist lift. And then again, inhaling. Exhaling. Once more, inhale. And exhale. And in this exhale, rounding, lift your pelvic floor, tone your tummy wall in child's pose. Keep the tone in the belly. And then inhale, lifting up. You can release the pelvic floor, relax the belly, open the chest. And again, exhaling, rounding, tummy wall nice and firm. Lift the pelvic floor in active child's pose. And inhale. Let go of the pelvic floor. Relax the tummy. Open the chest. Good. We'll do that once more. Round. Engage your innards. And inhale. Good. And then from here, exhale, hug the arms into the body, chest and chin lightly down, booty is up. And then slide the toes back, tummy down. You can curl the toes back, lengthen out the hip creases, or lift the legs. Then we'll slide the palms back so that the heels of your palms are in line with your low ribs. All right. So we're going to do a little left brain, right brain conjoining, if you will. So just follow along. We'll put the head down, forehead down, elbows drawing back. And now, as you inhale, you're going to bend the left knee and look back over your right shoulder. Exhale. Release the foot, release the forehead. Inhale. Right knee bends, look over the left shoulder. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhaling, left knee bends, look right. Exhale down. Inhale, look left, bend right. Exhale down. And one more cycle. Looking right. And looking left. On the inhale, hug the arms, peel up the ribs. Good old cobra. And then exhale, downward dog. Again, you can wiggle and walk out that dog a little. It should feel like a refresh for the body. And then look up to the hands. And once again, we're going to, on the inhale, step that left foot all the way up. We're back in the lunge. Okay, so we want to feel if there's steadiness in the legs and lightness in the upper body. So for me, I step up that back foot a little bit just to feel a little more power in the legs and more lightness in the torso. The feet press apart, pubic bone to belly button, so it should feel like the belly pops off of the thigh, kind of like when you have a sealed jar and you open it up for the first time and the lid pops up. It should feel like that. Okay, from there, arms to the ears and rising up. Do lift your right thigh bone while you sink the heel, like the fingers together, palms forward. That gives you an opportunity to work the upper arm bones back a little. Little pubic bone to belly button. We're feeling the buttock on that right side. All right. Exhaling, hands down, and we'll step the right foot to meet the left. Tummy to the thighs. If the hands touch the mat, turn the palms up. All right. A little softness in the knees. Think of your feet trying to pull apart and your inner thighs moving to your outer thighs. As you inhale and rise up. Fingertips meet, then palms, hands to the heart. Again, friendliness towards the happy. Here's a place to put your attention on the happy. Put your attention on the happy. And you don't have to work for that sense of friendliness. Friendliness will naturally arise. All right. Inhaling, sweeping the arms out and up, the less familiar thread of the fingers, reach the index fingers up, and again, think of length from the soles of the feet right through the index fingertips. Ribs are lengthening off of the hips. Exhale, dive into the legs, tummy into the thighs, a little chin to throat. And here, let's work those hamstrings a little bit more. Little pulsing in the knees, so a little softening, a little more straightening, but a pleasant straightening. And that doesn't mean they have to be full straight. Straightening is an action. So moving to soft and moving into straightening action. All right. On the inhale, we'll keep the right foot forward and step the left foot back now. The right knee is bent over the ankle joint. We have that strong lunge where the feet are pressing. If you want to, the fingers can lift. Right? So very strong in the legs, pubic bone to belly button, and chest lengthening forward. All right. The exhale, plant the palms. We're stepping back, downward facing dog. Again, fingers together, feet pressing back. Maybe a little bit more static dog now. So instead here, we're looking for the hands pressing forward, warmth at the center palms, length from your wrists to your tail, some pubic bone to belly button. And then maybe front thighs moving back a little bit more enthusiastically as the heels release and the front ankles draw backwards. The breath is full. Good. On an exhale, we'll round forward, sink the knees, but they won't touch the mat. Sideways lift, head releases. Then on the exhale, knees come down, toes uncurl. All right, let's just take one round of the cat-cow. Inhaling, lifting the tail, opening the chest. Exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, the cow. And then once again, exhaling, bending the elbows straight back, chest and chin down, and then the feet slide back. Okay, we're back in that cobra shape to begin. But this time, we're going to sweep the arms back, turn the palms up to the ceiling, and bow the head down. All right. Lengthen out through the legs, open the hip creases. And now, as you inhale, you're going to lift the right arm and the left leg. Exhaling, lowering down. Inhaling, peeling up the ribs, lifting left arm, right leg. Exhale down. Let's do that again. Right arm, left leg. Exhale down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Keep your hip down. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Right. Hands back next to the low ribs, elbows draw back. And inhaling, peeling the ribs. Now, if it's okay for your low back, you can keep pubic bone down, but belly button lifts up. If that doesn't work for you, keep the belly button down, please. And preferably, not this, please. So upper body is working, back muscles are working. So even if you're in a high cobra, arms are bent. Right. Exhaling. Downward dog. And again, a little core tone, pubic bone to belly button. And then on the inhale, we're going to step the right foot forward. So we're in that right leg forward lunge again, feet pressing apart. Now again, this is the point where I shorten just a little bit because my legs feel a little steadier there and I feel more lightness in the torso. Hey, we're here, pubic bone to belly button, so you feel that pop of the belly off the thigh. Arms to ears, rising up. Very active left leg, both legs working here. Feet pressing apart, pubic bone to belly button, left thigh lifting. Gosh, that left glute is working. All right, upper arm bones can draw back. You can open the chest a little more. And then exhale, hands down, stepping the left foot to meet the right, tummy to the thighs, chin to throat. And then inhaling, that isometric separation, feet and thighs sweeping up, and hands to the heart. Release the arms. And again, attention now in the body and determining what it is we're putting our attention on. Is it the happy? Hopefully. If it's the suffering, we have other advice. Compassion for the suffering. Compassion. And again, this is not so much something we have to do, it's just to watch what happens when your mind perceives suffering. And just the same as we're asking what happens when your mind perceives happiness. So we're trying to reroute the next step if it's not these things. So if your tendency is not friendliness towards the happy, we're asking ourselves to take a moment and see if friendliness might arise. It should be natural. So it's just really a letting go of any behavior that's not that. And the same for suffering. Notice what your first reaction might be, and if it's not compassion, see about letting go of what your reaction is and allowing compassion to arise. All right. Okay. Relax the eyes open. Right. So it's a good time of year to do a little bit more heating in the body, and it's a cool day here today, so it's kind of a nice time to try this. So we're going to do a little Agnisara, right? So cultivating the fire, but a nice balanced fire within us, called the Agni. All right. So there's a little bend in the knees. The hands are just above the knees, and fingers are turned in. This is actually somewhat important here in terms of the energy lines we trigger in the body. We want straight arms, so not that. Straight arms, that will help a long spine. And then it's going to look like this. We're going to take a nice inhale, always through the nose. And then as we exhale, we're going to lift the pelvic floor, tighten the tummy wall, like we're scooping it from bottom to top. And then as we keep the breath out of the body, we're going to pump the belly in and out. And then on an inhale, you can relax the belly and rise up. Right? So that's one cycle. Now you do that pumping as you keep the out breath out, right? As you finish the exhale, it's better said, you pump as long as you can. Don't force, don't struggle. There is no reward at the end of that. Relax. Even if you just do one pump, that's good, right? And hopefully, I would normally say we didn't stop at the drive-thru for an Egg McMuffin, but maybe if you're home, it's a stack of pancakes. So if you had that stack of pancakes, maybe just watch the breath here. All right, exhale. Bend the knees, hands, scoop out, lift the pelvic floor, and then when the exhale stops, try that pumping. And rise up when you're ready to inhale. Okay, we'll go again. Exhale. And then pump. Inhale when you're ready. Let's do one more cycle. Exhale. And inhale. And relax the body. This is very subtle, but pay attention. Pay attention. And here we're learning where to give our attention and what to do with it once we find a place to rest it. Right. Okay. Relax the eyes open. Right. So maybe have a blanket and block available. So that block up at the top of the mat, and maybe a blanket across the center of the mat. And then back up at the top of the mat. Let's inhale. Sweep the arms out and up, rising up. And if you'd like to turn this into a little back bend now, palms forward, no thrusting forward of the hips. The pubic bone can move just slightly forward, but ribs lift off the hips and upper arm bones drop back. And keep your neck in a graceful curve with the rest of the spine. Don't drop the head. And even though we're pressing the pubic bone forward a little, there's a little pubic bone to belly button. So there's core tone under the hood. All right, exhaling, softness as we fold back into the legs. Knees can bend, but tummy must come to thighs. All right, let's step right back, downward dog. Nice length in the spine. And then exhale, keep the tummy toned as those knees go down, nice and soft. Inhale, a cow stretch. Exhale, a cat stretch. And we're going to keep that little cat tone. Reach the left leg out to the left heel in line with the right knee. toes forward. Okay. And then let's inhale and come on up to a kneel, full kneel. Now we have the right knee directly underneath the hip and some pubic bone to belly button. All right. Let's inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And then exhale the arms wide, palms forward. Okay. And from there, hinging into that outer left hip, bringing the left hand inside of that left leg, lifting the right arm up. So not quite Parigasana just yet, almost like a Trikonasana. Ribs are turning open. Maybe gazes up at the right thumb, but if that doesn't work for your neck, head can release down. All right. Turn that right palm to the left, and now on the next exhale, now a little closer to Parigasana as we stretch out the right side of the torso. And think of just a slight nudge of your right hip to the right. And again, settle that right upper arm bone into the shoulder socket. All right. Inhale, rising back up to center. Okay, from here, exhale. Let's take the hands down. We're going to keep the left leg out to the left. We're tabletop-like. So wrists under shoulder sockets, but a nice long spine. All right. Then from there, we'll slide the left hand under the chin. And then we'll inhale, open the right arm to the right. Exhale, sweep behind the left arm. Inhale, open to the right. Exhale, sweep through. Inhale, open. Exhale, sweep. And one more. Inhale. And now exhale, sweep. And see if you can keep sweeping until you can bring your right shoulder down, center mat, and right ear down to the mat. Now, if that does not happen comfortably, if there's kinks in the neck, too much weight on the shoulder, that's when that block can come in handy. And that could be pillows, it can be cushions, whatever works. Books, if you got books home. All right. Then today, let's lengthen that left arm straight ahead. Stay on the fingertips. Push those fingertips isometrically forward. There's a little isometric press out with your left foot to the left. And that might help you open those ribs just a little bit more. All right. And then on the inhale, we'll unwind here. And then let's just have a little bit more fun here. Turn the left toes up to the ceiling, so you're resting on the back of the heel. And then exhale, sink down into a half child's pose. And you're sinking down only to the point where the stretch is pleasant in that left leg. So you can't quite put that right sit bone onto the heel. That's okay. Be wherever the stretch here is pleasant, satisfying. All right, inhaling back up to center. And now we'll retract that left knee. Let's curl both sets of toes under, press the hands round in the side waists, and then press tummy to thighs, thighs back, ankles back, heels descending. Just a refreshing inhale. And then exhale the knees down. Nice and soft. All right. Right leg out to the right, heel and knee lining up, toes facing forward. All right. Okay. And then let's come on up to that full kneel again. left hip over the knee, arms wide. I like the palms forward, fingers together. And then hinging into that outer right hip, a little nudge of the left hip to the left. We're making that Trikonasana at first, just Trikonasana. So there's a deep hinge in the right hip. I'm not trying to stretch out the left side of the body just yet. And I'll turn that left palm to the right. And with an exhale, I'll let it press to the right. But I'm keeping the upper arm bone into the socket, shoulder blades settling on the back, ribs open. Okay. Inhaling, back to center. Exhaling, hands down, but right leg staying right. Okay. And then from tabletop, wrists maybe just slightly forward of the shoulder sockets. Then I'm going to slide, I'm doing the right hand, left hand to center. Okay. Inhaling, opening up right arm to the right. Exhaling, sweeping. I feel like we're doing the wrong side here. No. All right. If I went the wrong way, you guys sort it out there. Okay. Exhaling, threading through. I want to make sure you guys can see me. Okay. All right. Okay. The next exhale, threading. Yeah, I went the wrong way. So your left shoulder should be coming down now, right? Left shoulder should be coming down. We have this nice little thread, and your right arm is crawling forward, and it's your left leg that's out to the left. So it's like that. Again, be generous about using that block under the head so that the neck is not kinking to get the ear resting down. Nice long spine there. Your right arm is reaching forward. Your left foot is pressing out to the left. And then on an inhale, just crawl on back, hands and knees. Oops. And we're keeping that right leg out to the right. And then we're going to turn the right toes up to the ceiling. And we're going to take that half child's pose again. Again, just to where you're finding happiness, not suffering. So we don't go look to make suffering so that we can have compassion. We allow for happiness. All right. Inhaling. Back to hands and knees now. So retract that right knee back in. Fingers together, toes curl, tummy wall lifts. We start to press the hands forward, tummy to thighs, down dog. Breathing life into the whole body here. And exhale. Again, tummy is nice and firm. Knees come down soft. And now, if we can, we sit back onto the heels. And if that's not happy for us, if we have blocks at home, great, grab a block. You can always roll a pillow and stick it between your feet and sit on that. And failing to be comfortable with any of those, regular crisscross seat will be just fine. All right. So from here, a little pubic bone to belly button. And then we'll inhale and float the arms up to the ears. We're going to turn the palms forward. Again, all fingers together so you feel soft cupping, not tension in the center palms. And we're going to do little pranams. So this is a little bit of core work with back work. Exhaling, keeping the upper arms to the ears, folding tummy to thighs, but don't let the hands quite touch down. Inhale, rising back up, a lot of tummy there. Exhaling, a little bow. Inhaling. Exhale, pull the tummy wall in. Inhale. Let's do 2 more of those. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And exhale the arms down, palms up for a moment. Elbows drop, shoulders relax. Okay. And then inhale. We'll take the left arm forward and up and exhale it back. And then as we take it back, we're going to turn the palm out and we're going to keep it there. And then inhale, right arm forward and up. Exhale, circle back, turn the palm up. And now cross your right wrist underneath your left wrist. And then turn your palms into each other. So this is that weird kind of thing we did earlier, crossing wrist over wrist. This gets into the shoulders a little differently. Now, we're not going to do this quite as intensely as Yoga Mudra, but we are going to try to lift the upper arms back, shoulder blades together, not looking for a very high lift of the upper arm bones. I'm going to bow forward again. And then inhale, rise up, release, palms up. All right. And then we'll inhale, circle the right arm up, circle back, palm out, keep it there. Inhale, left arm up and back, palm out. Good. And now left wrist on the bottom, turning the palms to face, threading the fingers. Again, that little squeeze of the shoulder blades together. But again, I'm not trying real hard to straighten my elbows here. Instead, I'm just working the upper arm bones away, and I'm folding. And then inhaling, rising, letting go, palms up, elbows soft, and chest is light. All right. You can rock off the hips, bring the legs out in front of us. Okay. A little stretch, a little wiggling out after that, especially if we were seated on the heels. We'll bend the knees. Take an Apanasana from here. So, arms wrap around, the shins are the thighs. And from here, I'm going to actively squeeze my thighs together. I'm going to use my inner thigh muscles. I'm going to bow the forehead down. Keep squeezing the inner thighs. Tummy wall will be tightening. Back will be stretching. Still slowing the breath. So don't squeeze so hard that you lose your breath. Okay. Now stay there. Stop squeezing the thighs, but keep the wrap of the arm. Take attention carefully into the pelvic cavity, into the back of the body, into the tummy. It can go to all those places at once if you just relax it. Enter into the field of feeling. Place your attention purposefully into the body. Notice what you meet when you place it there. Notice what your reaction is when you meet that. And today we're just looking at two aspects: when we meet happiness and when we meet suffering. When we meet the happy, we're friendly to that. We see friendliness will arise as long as we don't let any past programming get in the way. And when we meet the suffering, compassion will arise as long as we don't let past programming get in the way. All right. Inhale, lift the head up. And then make your way down onto your back, making the body very, very comfortable. And the reminder is some nice height under the knees or thighs will help the back relax. And it might let tension come out of your legs as well. So if you've had a lot of leg tension, you've been feeling kind of cooped up, maybe something under the legs is a great idea. Softness for the head. And do let your body relax into the space around it. You're in a safe space now. Just rest into that space. Make sure you're warm and at ease in every way. We can work backwards here a little bit. Show friendliness, show compassion, to feel happiness, to alleviate suffering. And then let attention free in the body. And notice if you run into happiness or suffering. And see what the nature of the mind is, the nature of the thoughts that are served when you meet either of those. Let this be your practice. What do you meet, and how do you meet it? It's a little bit more subtlety in the practice in Shavasana today. So often our attention is, okay, what am I meeting? What am I seeing? So still that, but also, how do I meet it? Stay present. Last few moments as the gaze of our awareness meets the body. How is the body responding to your gaze? This might tell us a lot about how we turn our attention into action. So when your gaze meets the body, does it soften? Does it relax? Or does the body tense and tighten? This might tell us a lot. Do we respond with compassion? Or do we respond with harshness, with criticism, with judgment, with force? And we finish knowing that we have a choice. You have a choice. Make the choice. Begin deepening the breath, refreshing the body with the breath. You can move and stretch the body in a way that is satisfying, pleasant to the body. With an inhale, bend the knees, ground the feet, let the feet feel themselves connecting to the surface underneath them. Feel that reverberate through your nervous system. Sense of stability, support. There's so much here to support you. And then exhale, rest onto the right side or the comfortable side of the body. And let the hands gently guide you to seated. And once in your seat, rest the palms up on the thighs. And once again, re-greet yourself. Become aware of yourself all over again. And know what it is you're meeting. And respond accordingly. Friendliness, compassion. We'll join our hands at the heart. We thank you so much for doing this practice with us today. Take good care. Know that you are supported always. Jai Bhagwan.